Zafar Islam, I'd like to begin with you, taking off from one of the points that one of those youngsters made with Gaurav in his ground report, where they say that if the BJP is in power in the centre, if they're in power in the state, and you have the Prime Minister, the Home Minister speaking of infiltration, why didn't the government, the double-engine government of Bihar and centre, do something about it and stop it?
See, that's what we are doing. From day one, we are trying to ensure that the people who have come from outside illegally, they're not citizen of the country, should be leaving this country, and they should be deported as soon as possible. This is something which we are very vocal about it. We have spoken about it, and we are very clear that no illegal immigrant should be there in our country. There are people who are living for ages. They are not our national. They are illegally staying here. But that is something which other government has not done. But we have made a promise. We are working towards that, and we did bring a lot of legislation and also initiative we have undertaken to ensure that those illegal immigrants should not be part of our nation and should not be our citizen. Illegally they have become. That is why when SIR exercise had started, many people who were not a citizen, they didn't come to show their report, their card, their documents, because they knew that they cannot prove that they are citizen. That's why they may have gone to some other states like West Bengal. So SIR exercise across the country, once it will happen, you will see that there are many immigrants who illegally have come. They are Ghuspatias, and that is why they will be identified.
So, Dr. Zafar Islam, the SIR process, of course, is kicked off in states like West Bengal that you're referring to. You're referring to the SIR process, but as far as the government goes, are you then conceding that the government in Bihar has failed to crack down on infiltrators?
See, you cannot make this kind of statement that who has failed or who has not failed. This process was there for ages, and that is Congress party was always supporting that, RJD was supporting. But now there has to be some method to madness to ensure that practice should stop. And that is why this SIR exercise, that various other legislation which has been put in place will ensure, like for instance, SIR, there are people who have identified they are illegal citizens. They are staying illegally in the country. They have identified, I'm telling you again, repeating, they have been identified. It is nothing to do with religion. It's nothing to do with any other consideration except they are illegal immigrants.
But we don't have that number. Yeah.
No, and they, as I said, they have been identified. They will be deported. First objective was to identify, and you will soon see that they will be deported soon.
Okay.
So it is an exercise which is to ensure that the youth of this country should not suffer, the citizen of this country should not suffer. The resources of this country is meant for the citizen of this country, not for illegal immigrants. We have nothing against anyone, except those who are staying here illegally, and they should be deported instantly. Anybody, if you have any problem, they must speak about it.
Let me bring in Anshul Avachit, national spokesperson of the Congress. Anshul, the BJP, and you've heard Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah repeatedly say this, that the RJD and Congress are protecting infiltrators.
No, Akshita, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind what the singular reason for forcing this word Ghuspetia in the electoral lexicon of Bihar is. There's just one reason. I mean, this red herring was tried in Jharkhand as well. I was there throughout the election. They repeatedly said it. They got egg on their face. They faced a massive defeat. This is the same reason why the word Pakistan has also been brought in by a very senior minister who is a serial offender in this case. It is to divide the people of Bihar on communal grounds. Now, absolutely right. Gaurav asked the right question, and so did you. I mean, if the BJP, leave aside my argument, if the BJP had the noblest of intentions and the purity of mind, of feeling in trying to tackle the problem of illegal infiltrators, then what were they doing for the last 11 years? I mean, they had a government in Bihar, a joint government in Bihar, a coalition for the better part of 20 years. They had enough time to get rid of this issue, as they call it. They've been completely inept in doing that. In fact, This word Ghuspetia is a self-proclamation of their incompetence and ineptness, if nothing else. Right? Now, the SIR report, Akshita, to bring home that point, makes no mention of Ghuspetia. I mean, there have been 47 lakh deletions, I believe. In fact, it's very opaque. It does not mention what is the nature of the deletions, how many people were removed from the SIR deletion list because of lack of documentary evidence, that they couldn't supply that evidence. Maybe they were Ghuspetias, maybe not. When is that list going to come out? When has the Home Ministry released a list of how many people have been deported? I don't have that list. I don't know. Is there a white paper on it? We took action against, in fact, this kind of illegal infiltration when the UPA is in power. We have a proper list of doing that.
So let's set the record straight on that, considering this is constantly the allegation that's hurled at the Congress and the RJD. Anshul Avijit, is the RJD and Congress protecting infiltrators?
Can that be possible? It is the job of the Home Ministry to find out who the infiltrators are. I mean, they cannot abdicate from their responsibility like the Election Commission is doing it. Election Commission is making the whole process so exclusionary and completely abdicating, putting the onus of...
Okay. I'm going to come back to you, Anshul. We're having a bit of a problem with your audio. I'll bring in Dr. Sanjay Kumar also on this of the JDU. Dr. Sanjay Kumar, the constant question that will come up from the RJD and Congress is that if infiltration is such a big issue in Simhanchal, why was nothing done about it?
Thank you, Akshita. I think, I am joining from Katiyar, one of the Simhanchal districts. And since my childhood, what I have seen around Katiyar and in the entire Simhanchal is that Congress always encouraged people to come in and settle down in this area. So the demographic shift happened in this area dramatically in the last 25, 30 years. And, it happens in a very subtle manner, that it is not so obvious, but, within, last 25, 30 years, I have seen so many changes. And today also I was asking one of the drivers that, from where did you come? When did you come? So he said that my grandfather came here and they came from Murshidabad. So a lot of people came from Murshidabad side and they are called Shersawadi here. And, Murshidabad is the border district in West Bengal, very close to Bangladesh. And if you go to Murshidabad, if you go to West Bengal, a lot of people move morning to evening. They come this side during the daytime, they work here and then they go back. And a lot of people also stay back. So, this has been happening.
But it's unchecked then. What you're telling me, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, is extremely concerning and worrying. It's unchecked, that means.
Yeah. So I think now the setting up of National Demographic Mission, I think, government was probably looking for the apt, vehicle or the platform to address this issue. It's a larger issue. It's not a very small issue. It's not only in Simhanchal region. Now, people may be in other parts of the country. So we don't know yet.
Okay.
So I think this is a task of National Demographic Mission, which has been set up by the Prime Minister. And I think we are going to address this issue, and this is a serious issue in this part of the region and other parts of the country.
Okay, I want to bring in Mohammad Amin, who is a former joint director of the Election Commission. Mr. Amin, a question that constantly also comes up here in the course of what's happened is a lot of focus on the SIR exercise. But why we don't have that specific data of how many of these foreigners were really identified or weeded out?
Archita, the responsibility of the Election Commission to register the national voters. And so many times the opposition and other parties have raised the question against the Election Commission that we have given the edge to the ruling party, and so many voters have deleted from the opposition parties, and we supported to BJP party. But it's not fair. Actually, Election Commission is a constitutional body. He never take any favor or do any favor to any stakeholders. All are the equal stakeholders in the country. For the Election Commission doing this process for the election. So that's why the Election Commission has decided. So there's long time period after we have decided Election Commission that we can start the SIR process. So SIR process means purify the electoral roll. electoral
Okay.
roll. So we have to delete the dead voters, foreign voters, if they are registered in that last
But
voter
can
list.
we ever, Mr. Amin, can we
So-
ever expect a breakdown of what you're referring to?
Pardon?
Can we ever expect a breakdown of what you're referring to, of what the SIR exercise has succeeded in doing? How many of these foreigners have actually been identified and removed?
Yeah. This is the confidential matter, madam. And this is done by our BLOs, AEROs, and district election officers. If they have got it, this fake voters or any foreigner voters registered in this country, they are identified, and confidentially they have given report to the Ministry of Home Affairs. This is the matter of the Ministry of Home Affairs to decide. So they can live here in India, or they can illegal immigrant, they can deport from country. And this
Okay.
is the matter of the Foreign Ministry and the Home Ministry. So this is not matter of the Election Commission of India. So Election Commission of India having their SIR process regularly, not from today. 2002, 2003, 2004. So every 10 years minimum, we can have the SIR process. So
Okay.
if any illegal immigrant from the Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, these are the surrounding borders of the Bihar and Bangladesh, West Bengal. So we have to identify, and confidentially we can submit to the report to the Ministry of Home Affairs. This is a matter of the Home Minister. They have to decide it.